Thanks for being here. I know it's been a trying time for family and friends. Just with a new day in the search now, any new leads from overnight you're able to share?
Yeah, last night was very fruitful. It was the first night I was actually in Nashville with the family. You have to apologize for this. I skipped in hair and makeup to get an extra 10 minutes of sleep.
You look great.
We were able to follow up with some people that had actually personally reached out that wanted to deal with the family directly on some stuff. We possibly have some viable new information. We're wanting to follow up and do our due diligence and, chase down those leads. But yes, it was a very fruitful evening for my first night in Nashville.
Are you able to share any more on that, or are you keeping that close to the chest?
I can a little bit. Like the lion's share of everything we've gotten, it's come from the homeless community. We actually have been across in the homeless community from where the incident happened, whatever happened with Riley, underneath the bridge there, which when you're showing the footage and stuff, the Marathon fuel station is really close to that, which we're, hoping the footage that was delivered from Marathon to the police maybe gives us even more of an insight from what we're kind of collecting from the homeless camps that was across the river from where Riley went missing.
And I mentioned off the top that a homeless man was seen wearing Riley's shirt. Has that specific man been located or Riley's shirt been found?
It has not, but we are in contact. We have the gentleman's name. We do have more information, height, build, structure, what other camp he may possibly be in. Because a lot of them, I can't fathom how many camps are in Nashville, but they do rotate from camp to camp to camp. So We're just trying to reach out to him. We're not saying it's not the shirt. If we did, it would be a huge break in the case, or to actually physically get the shirt. That would bring a whole new dynamics into this, which maybe would make the police change it from a missing persons to an actual crime. But right now, that's one of my main goals today.
Okay. And Chris, also, what about that couple? I know the family had a chance to speak with the couple who saw Riley walking. What did they share about their encounter?
I had the opportunity to set them up last night with the family. Everybody but Ryan. Ryan actually was out with the United Cajun Navy yesterday from about 10 o'clock yesterday morning, and I think he wandered into the house to about midnight last night. That was one of the reasons we were up so late. But with Chris and Michelle, the family did reach out to me directly. I was able to FaceTime them with Chris and Michelle, and, they're devastated. They're parents. They have multiple children. It was a very, very emotional moment in the house. I'll be honest with you. I had to walk around the corner, catch my breath. But, I told the gentleman, you could tell he was extremely distraught. They were in tears. But I just told him, I said, you know what? I said, thank you for being compassionate. You're the only one that I know physically, and I'm not saying anybody else, but that you actually cared. Your wife reached out as a mother would, seeing a young person not doing well. And just thank you from our family for showing compassion. Don't fret on what happened after what you've seen with him, but we know that somebody was being compassionate for our boy, and we appreciate that.
I can't imagine what you're all feeling, what you're going through, and I know it's trying for the fraternity brothers who were out with Riley that night, who want answers to this morning. They're grieving in their own way. You bring up the United Cajun Navy. I just had them on the show yesterday. I know yesterday the real focus was the riverbank, those waterways there. Are those closest to the investigation feeling that is where Riley is somewhere in the water?
I can give you a little bit of insight on that. We were talking about where the county had shut the lockdown and emptied out it so they could check for interior debris from the storms and stuff. That was actually a two-part deal. In doing that backfilled the river back towards Nashville. And what that does is the river flows one way. When you stop it, it actually may take pressure off of, maybe if Riley was in the water and was underneath some debris or something like that, it's not got one directional pressure, it brings it back. And maybe if he is in the water, maybe this will produce more leads for us today, his clothes, phones, or anything. But what they did, they searched the dam, they searched the debris inside the lock in the dam, but that may be fruition today too with more evidence that comes up by backfilling the river that's what we're in hopes for.
Yeah, you bring up his phone. I know you have verified that when Riley's phone died, it wasn't because it ran out of battery. So I know you have a lot of questions there. Is that something nefarious? Is that when his phone submerged in water? Who knows? Chris Dingman, thank you so much for your time. I know it's been long days, early mornings, late nights. We do appreciate it.
We appreciate you.